So within 5 hours, I'm back at the platform again. Same train station, same platform. So I'm leaving Malang right now. The reason why people go to Malang is to visit the very colorful village known as Jodipan, and using Malang as a base to visit the most beautiful waterfall in the world known as Tempat Siwa. However, due to the recent volcanic activity, the road leading towards Tempat Siwa is closed for the next 2 weeks. Now it only makes sense for me to leave Malang and to go to the next destination, which is Surabaya. Surabaya is Indonesia's second biggest city and has a population of 3 million. It is fondly known as the city of mall within Indonesia. So I have about half a day to venture some of this mall before heading to my next destination. So this time around, I'm taking the economy class. Yep, I am eager to see what economy class will look like. It's still fully air conditioned, which is nice. That's my seats. Got my seats. So since I have a good 30 minutes before the train starts, let me just go to the cafeteria. Yeah, so this is the train cafeteria. Hello, hi. Oh, so that's all the food that you can buy here. Can I have the menu? Is there a menu?
Yes. What do you want?
Lunch.
Yes. Noodle.
Oh, noodle. How much is it? 75.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Let me just. So it's a very small cafeteria, but very futuristic looking. Yeah. Okay. So this is the executive class. Yeah. Which I sat on earlier. Okay. I can go through right here. Yes. All right. Thank you. I think people giving me the stare when I shoot the camera. It's natural. So I'm going back to my seat. Okay. So this is the economy class. I just alighted from the train from Malang. Now I'm in Surabaya. So Surabaya Gubeng. Yeah. So Gubeng is the main station in Surabaya. So right now the train continue on to somewhere which I don't know where. So let me go to the main platform of this station, cutting across the tracks. Comparatively to other cities, I think this station is a little bit run down, despite the fact that Surabaya is the second biggest city in Indonesia. So that's the main lobby of Surabaya station. Yep, a little bit disappointing. Yeah, it wasn't as grand as I thought. It looks like a very historical train station. So until independence, okay, Surabaya is the biggest city in Indonesia. So during the Dutch days, so just immediately outside the train station, you see the big river here. It's the main river of Surabaya. Okay, what you can't miss is this big submarine museum over there. That's a really big submarine. It's a real submarine and it's a museum. I have already made a very big change of my itinerary today. So given the fact that I wasn't able to go to Lempak Siu waterfall, so that's the reason why I immediately come over to Surabaya. So today is Monday. Based on my original plan, I'm not supposed to come to Surabaya today because my flight is on Saturday. So rightfully I should be here only on Friday. But because I need to get myself out of Malang, okay, so the only accessible place immediately to get out of Malang is Surabaya. There's no choice. So right now I'm not going to steal the thunder, okay, over the next 4 days, because tonight I just booked a train out of Surabaya to another city. Yeah, so all my plans got jumbled up, but it's okay. The only constant thing is change. That's what they say. So Surabaya is full of malls. So one of the biggest malls in Surabaya is the mall behind me. I forgot what's the name. Okay, yeah, let me go closer. So, but at least let me first cross the road first. I think crossing road in Indonesia is a little bit easy, despite the fact that there's a lot of cars here. Indonesia has got one of the most crowded and congested city in the world. Everybody knows that. Okay, but the thing is that for as far as the drivers are concerned, so the drivers here are very patient. Yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to exploit them, but yeah, but I'm just saying that, look, I mean, as compared to other places, so other places drivers are a little bit more aggressive, but I think Indonesian are very good natured people. They're very patient. Yeah, for a reason I don't know, but I think they're ultra patient, and then they usually give way to people. Yeah, I think that's something that I don't know until this trip. So this is Tunjungan Plaza, one of the biggest mall in Surabaya. Frankly, this mall, although it's big, but it looks a little bit outdated. Yeah, it's a little bit jaded, very old school, very last century. I guess this mall was built for at least maybe 20-30 years. You judge it for yourself. That's the skyline of Surabaya. Notice that there are two volcanoes right at the background. It's very frightening to be staying around the volcanoes. Yeah, but frankly, I think it's part and parcel of the life for countries like Indonesia, Japan, or Chile. As a solo budget traveler, I tend to favor value over quality. Yeah, so that's why food court is usually my go-to places. Yeah, and frankly, for one person, I think it doesn't make sense for me to go to a restaurant unless it is renowned. So this is the food court of Tunjungan Plaza, which is situated right at the top floor. So my early dinner or lunch, late lunch, whatever you call it, so consists of rice and then chicken wing, tempeh, tauhu, and some veg. It comes with a drink. So this whole thing costs 23,000 rupiah. Yeah, which is pretty cheap when it comes to food court price. So a quick food test. Chili is alright, very normal, good. It's nice. The chicken wing is nice. I stand corrected. Just now I say that Tunjungan Plaza shopping mall is very dated. Well, I think that's the old extension. So there is a new extension which is just next to it, which I'm at it right now. So let you see how that's like. So this is the foyer. Yep, it looks very much like any other modern shopping mall. So and there's a food court over here, which is a much more modern design. Yep, so that's my expectation of a new shopping mall. Alright, my apologies for jumping to the wrong conclusion. But that said, shopping is not really my cup of tea. Yeah. Because I got nothing to shop for. So I'm leaving this place right now. So this is how big Tunjungan Plaza is. It's really big. So that's the modern frontage side of it. Unfortunately, just now I went in by the old entrance. Okay, time for me to walk back. I need to get back to my train station. So have a look at the peak hour traffic. The evening peak hour traffic of Surabaya. The traffic is pretty intimidating. It's non-stop. Hotel Majapahit. I read it somewhere that it is a heritage hotel. It does look like having a Art Deco design. Sorry, I think I keep photobombing other people's camera. It's a very pleasant walk. Weather is not too hot, unlike in the afternoon. Looks like a heritage building, which they repurposed it for a restaurant. So despite being the second largest city, Surabaya is basically a colonial place. Yep. It has been around back during the Dutch colonization. Oh, this is the traffic signal sound. Very unique. I was thinking, where does the music come from? So it's actually from the traffic lights. Alright, cheers. This looks like a institution. I'm actually walking back the same way that I come over here from the train station. Now I'm going back to the train station. My train is about 9 p.m. 9:30, 9 p.m. I have to check my tickets again. So my flight I just checked is 10:45 p.m. So I probably can squeeze another 1 or 2 sites. Yeah. So do it before 9 and then safely be seated at the train station at 9:30. Looks like a colonial building. It's very beautifully done up, but devoid of any activities in there. So it's just an empty shell as far as I can see that. So walking into a very pretty fountain. of age as well. In the middle of the road. So this is alun-alun. Alun-alun in Bahasa means a square. I come across another building, Plaza Surabaya. So this shopping mall is pretty big as well. Let's go in and see what's in there. But it does have a musky smell. Yeah. So I guess this shopping mall is a little bit dated. I think to me, just by looking at the foyer, I think you can roughly gauge what exactly this mall is. So I still have a little bit of spare capacity in my stomach, so to get some food over here before taking the bus. So what I have here is mee ayam, so that means chicken mee. Okay, yep. And with this drinks, comes in a set, it costs 21,000 rupiah. So let's start with the soup. Very peppery. It's okay, yep. It's better than those normal. So let me just mix it. Actually, what I don't like is the chili. Yeah, this chili over here. I prefer it to be the sambal one. Average. Yeah. It's very typical roadside standard. Yeah. Wow, people here are very helpful. I mean, the staff are all very helpful. I think they've been trying to help me locate my platform number. I think this is amazing. Oh, wow, the people here are super kind, man. I think my ticket is just economic class and I'm getting that kind of services. Shit, they even greet the cars. So there's a departing train and the staff working for this platform are greeting them, bidding farewell. Oh, I've never seen such thing. Oh, another overnight train, back to back. Jember right now. Oh, the time now is 2:30 a.m. I think the whole coach is in a freezer. I was like so cold in there. Yeah, shivering. So yeah, now that I'm in Jember, to be frank, I don't really know what's my next step. Okay, but I do need to go to the GNs right now. Alright, so I don't know, I'm embarking into a journey that I don't even know whether it exists because I read it from the internet. Hello. Hi.
Okay.
So yeah, I found someone who is willing to drive me all the way to Bondowoso. Okay, by right it should be to Ajan, but yeah. So now Bondowoso at 75,000.